The Joe Rogan Experience.
There's something to me about music, listening to music too in a plane while you're high. It's just it has like extra impact, like headphones on in a plane, surrounded by all these people, but no one's talking, flying through the sky, going 500 miles an hour, 30,000 feet above the rocks, and then the music kicks in. Whew.
Yeah, yep.
Something about old music too. For me, like lately, I've been getting into a lot of like really old rock and roll. You know, just imagining what it would be like to be around those people. You know, see Keith Richards and Mick Jagger in the 70s, or you know, to see Little Richard, to see James Brown live,
hell
to
yeah,
see James Brown perform live. God,
yep.
There was nothing. It's hard for us to imagine. There was nothing like that before them. You know, like there's levels of like impact that those early musicians have that it's hard to really historically put into place because there wasn't anybody like them before that.
Nope.
No rock and roll stars. No rap stars. Think of how recent that is.
Yeah, that's
Like,
super new.
Stand-up comedy is only about maybe like 70 years old or some shit like that. Maybe. Maybe you could say 100 if you want to get crazy. But rap is like
30
years old.
40 maybe?
Maybe 40. Yeah.
Yeah. And
it keeps evolving, changing.
Yeah, like music in general. My favorite genre is like pop music. Like I love anything that could be considered pop because it changes with the times. But you have these mega stars, you know what I mean, who just transcend it's like so they're larger than life. Like Michael Jackson, you know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like he's bigger than just music, you know what I mean? Like, and you become a legend like as time goes on, but like to be a living legend, like living in those times and to be around those people and to really hear their music and experience them and shit like that, I feel like that shit is crazy. And it's like it's a gift like for the fans. It's a gift to be that person. It's a responsibility as well. But just like to be the one, like Beyonce, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that shit is crazy to me. Like
to be the one.
Yeah.
Well, Michael Jackson was the one when there was no one before. There was no real one like him. I mean, there was Elvis, and that's about it.
Right.
There was other ones that were big. They were very popular, very famous. But Michael Jackson, he transcended so hard. I was listening to WBCN radio in Boston. It was a rock and roll station. And they were like, I know there's a rock and roll station, but this song is so fucking good, we're going to play it anyway.
Yep.
And they played Michael Jackson.
Yep.
And we were like, wow.
And he had been performing since a kid, so he worked his whole life to get to be what was he, like 30 or something like that when he was like
probably when he was at his peak.
Yeah.
There was no
Like,
roadmap for him.
Nah. That shit is amazing.
Amazing.
And he did, funk music, and he went through disco, and you know what I mean? And it just was like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. And I would have loved to have seen him live before the controversy.
Right.
Just to experience him as an artist without having anything attached to it.
Yeah.
What he did or didn't do, I don't know what he did.
Right.
I have no idea.
Right.
Doesn't look good.
Right.
But I would have loved to have seen him without the burden of that.
Feel me?
It must have been insane. And only just to see, like, he was like like we're saying that it needs to be a different word for work. Because sometimes it's not work. It's a passion project. It's way better than work. He should have a different word for a star.
Yep.
Because he was like a supernova.
Yeah.
He was some rare thing.
Yeah.
That might happen once every 100 years.
Yeah.
I mean, even there's legends like Elton John and Rod Stewart and fucking there's all kinds of legends. But then there was Michael Jackson.
Right.
He was above all of them.
Yep.
It was a mania.
Yeah.
Kids would dress like him. Everybody wanted to wear those Thriller jackets. Right.
Yep. There's an art to it. I feel like every musician has a choice, like if they want to go there with it. Like, I feel like the Elton Johns and like even like Prince and shit like that. They stayed true to exactly who they were. Not that Michael Jackson didn't stay true to who he was, but he put himself he put himself out there for the world. He did everything. He had cartoons. He had sneakers. He did everything. You know
bought
what I mean?
the Beatles music.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Fucking dude owned other people's music.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, hell yeah, he was doing hella shit.
Yeah, I just think there was no roadmap for the poor guy.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
When you're living in that fantasy world that nobody else can understand.
Right. Right.
And there's no one before you, and then everywhere you go, people are screaming. He never had a break.
No.
There was no breaks. He couldn't do anything. Or
No,
go
hell
anywhere.
no. Hell no. Nothing normal.
Nothing.
That's crazy. That would suck.
I wonder if what that would be like if Michael Jackson came around today and he didn't exist before, he would for sure be a huge star. But I wonder if it would be as crazy because there's so many more stars now than there were back then because of the internet, because there's just more venues and outlets for musicians, for basically everyone, for comedians, for everyone.
Right.
There's more outlets.
Yep.
So because there's more outlets, there's more famous people.
Right.
I wonder if he would be if it would be as insane, because back when he was that famous, there wasn't like anyone that was parallel, not even close.